happy Sunday. So it's just after 7:30. I woke up to take Andrew to work and then I've taken Charlie out and now it's breakfast time. I've got a coffee made with skim milk and then I've got my sausage McMuffin. So I've got a 60-gram wholemeal bread roll, a cheese slice as part of my Healthy Extra a corn sausage patty for half a sin of 50% tomato ketchup and a fried egg done in Frylight. So that whole thing is 1 sin and my Healthy Extra A with an apple. Yum, yum. So I've eaten my breakfast and watched an episode of Casualty, and to help with my aches and pains and so forth, I'm going to do another Sydney Cummings video, which is a 20-minute total body deep stretch. And this one has got to be in there because I can't be on the floor with him because he thinks I'm playing, so he wants to play with me. But no, for 20 minutes he's got to be in there while I do this total body deep stretch.
Push away. Good. Make sure your feet are flat. Weight is in your heels. Just want you to feel it in here. Open up those hips. Alright, place one hand down. Rotate the torso again. And switch. Looking up to the ceiling. Switch. Switch. Good. One more switch. And you're going to place both hands down on the ground. Press into the floor and lift your hips up. Toes are pointed forward, and I want you to grab onto your elbows. Relax your neck. So you'll feel this stretch a little more in the hamstrings and the calves as well. As you shove your hips back and relax your head. And breathe. Alright, wiggle your hips side to side, so shifting your weight left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot. Good, keep rocking with this, side to side. Give your neck a little time to relax. Feel the lengthening in your spine. Alright, place your hands back on the ground. Heel toe your feet in until they are together. And same thing, just hang out right here. Alright, so however close you are to the ground, if you're not there yet, maybe you're at your mid-shins, that's okay. And then drop your neck, chest is facing the floor. You twisting like a pretzel today, but this is great for lower back pain, for tight lower back, tight hips. You can feel it from my lower back all the way up my back out into my shoulder. Just shooting right between your knees and your toes. This recovery is so important for having a good productive week going forward this week. Back to the center, 1, 2, 1, good. All right, let's open up your legs here. I'm gonna go left arm up over top, over to the, right arm over to the left toe. Want your chest facing your quad, chest facing the ground. I'm gonna have you actually pull your toe up towards your face. So flex that toe, we can feel it in the hamstrings, bottom part of your leg. You can feel it back here in your back. And if you can, just relax your neck. You're not that far yet, you're still a little bit more.
Good morning. As you can see, I'm showered and dressed and feeling a bit fresher now. And what I'm going to make today, normally I would do this as a separate recipe. The fridge is open, hang on. Normally I would do this as a separate recipe, but I'm going with daily vlogs for the minute. So I'm going to have a go at this fully loaded wedges. So you'll see the ingredients as I go along. Now what it says is 2 cooked skinless and boneless chicken breasts shredded. But it doesn't tell you how to cook and shred the chicken. So I had a quick Google and it says how to cook and shred chicken is to poach it in water for about 15 minutes until it's cooked. I've got 2 quite big muscle food chicken breasts here. So I'm going to stick them in the pan. Let me put you down a minute. So I'm going to season the chicken with salt, pepper and salt, and I'm going to add some Italian herbs just for the fun of it. And then I'm going to add some water, enough to cover it, and set that up to boil. So keep your fingers crossed that this is going to work. Right, so I'm going to finely chop 1 onion, and then I'm going to grate 3 cloves of garlic. I use my microplaner. 2 cloves you want to keep with the onion, and the last clove you want to keep separate for later on in the recipe. Oops, my chicken just needs another 5 minutes, but it's almost there. So I've got a frying pan set up with fry light. I've got my chopped onion and 2 of the garlic cloves. And I'm going to fry that off. And then I've got a tin of chopped tomatoes. Excuse the washing machine. So a tin of chopped tomatoes. And then a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce or Henderson's relish. Bit more for good measure because I like the flavour. And then you want to simmer that for about 20 minutes. So I'm just going to make a yoghurt dip that accompanies this fully loaded wedges. Let me show you the recipe properly. So it's this fully loaded wedges, and it's in the March-April 2019 magazine on page 16. Now they make the yoghurt dip to serve 4, but I'm just going to make enough for 1 portion. So normally you'd need 170 grams. I'm going to use about 50 grams. I'll use about that much, that'll do, and I can use it again on it as a dip later on. And it says to add 20 grams of fresh flat leaf parsley. I'm just going to use dried. Just going to put a good amount in there, and I'm also going to add some salt and pepper. And the remaining crushed garlic. Give that a good stir and set that aside in the fridge until you're ready to serve up your loaded wedges. So I have my 2 chicken breasts here, and they were boiling for about 20 minutes. And basically what I'm doing is I've got 2 forks and I'm just holding one, and with the other fork I'm pulling it apart like that. Just shredding it. It looks okay. It would probably have been better in the slow cooker, but I didn't quite plan that far ahead. But it looks fine to me, and I'm sure with all the flavouring in the sauce that we're making, it will be lovely. Right then, my tomatoes and onion have been simmering for probably only about 15 minutes, but I'm sure it'll be fine. I've just separated out some of the chicken because I want to use some for another recipe, but the rest of the chicken I'm going to stick in here, and I'm going to bring that to the heat. It's a little bit dry, the chicken maybe, but hopefully it'll soak up some of that tomato and onion. And what I'm going to add is a bit more salt, a bit more pepper, a bit of balsamic vinegar, but only because I like it. You don't have to add it. And I'm going to add some more of these Italian chopped herbs. I'm just going to warm the chicken through again. In my opinion, that tastes quite bland. So I've added smoked paprika and crushed chilies. Of course, if you've got children or a family, you might not want to add those, or if you don't like spice, or you might want to add more herbs, more that kind of flavour. But in my opinion, it needs a good bit of seasoning and flavour adding to it. Right, this is done now, so I'm going to put this to one side and eat it with some chips later. Well, I'll portion it up and eat it with some chips later. Next, I'm going to make a bacon and chicken couscous salad for the next couple of days' lunches. So for today's and tomorrow's lunch. So I'm just frying off a couple of rashers of bacon, and I'll add in my chicken that I saved a bit later on. I mean, I know I'm going to add my chicken, but if I had have thought that I wanted it for 2 days, I would have probably got more bacon out of the freezer, but never mind. I've fried off 2 rashers of bacon. I'm going to add a good handful of red onion. And a good handful of chopped peppers. That will bulk it out as well, but I am going to add some of my shredded chicken. I just don't want it to dry out too much while I'm cooking the other ingredients. And then I'm going to add some quartered plum tomatoes also. Once the veg you've added has softened, obviously you can add any veg you want, mushrooms, any type of other veg. I've then got 100 grams of couscous. All I've done is followed the guidance on the back of the packet. This is the one I'm using, organic instant couscous. This actually says 65 grams per portion, but I want to save a little bit for a couscous breakfast. So there's 35 grams left in there for a couscous breakfast at some point. So I've got 100 grams here, but I think that will be plenty from when I've had it before. It goes a lot further than you think. So you want to add your couscous to the pan. Bear with me, it does work this way. Trust me. Then I've got about 175 ml of chicken stock. Remember, you can always add more water, you can't take it away. So I'm going to add 175 ml of chicken stock. Then I'm going to add my flavourings again. I think this needs a bit of garlic powder. Hang on a second. Can't open that one. So I'll sprinkle some garlic powder over that. Smoked paprika again. If there's ever anything I don't add smoked paprika to, I don't know. Sorry for being noisy. Salt and pepper. And of course, for me, balsamic vinegar. I go through so much of this stuff. And then I'm going to add back in my shredded chicken. Probably only about half a breast's worth there, but it'll just bulk it out a little bit for 2 portions. And basically now you can take that off the heat and leave the couscous to absorb all the liquid. And it's ready when you are. Yum, yum. So that has just been off the heat for about 5 minutes. And can you see how it's absorbed everything? Just give it a taste, ensure it's to your liking with all the flavours, and serve it up. And this will be probably 2 portions. So there's my 3 portions of chicken for the loaded wedges. It is supposed to serve 4, but I think they're decent sized portions, and I probably have less chips than what Slimming World say in their recipe, so I'll have more of the chicken mix. And also I obviously removed some of the chicken to use elsewhere, so what I'll do is I'll have one of these tonight and the other 2 will go in the freezer. Then here's 1 serving of my bacon and couscous salad for tomorrow, and here's today's. I've got the slightly smaller portion because I'm going to be more hungry tomorrow. But I've got the chicken and bacon, couscous, onions, peppers and tomatoes with a serving of green leaves. Obviously I've got sea salt and balsamic vinegar on there. Then I've got a nectarine and an easy peeler with a diet cola. So all that is sin-free and quite speedy. So here I am again. I have come to the energy path and I've got about an hour before I need to collect Andrew. This energy path is round Drax power station. It's about a 10-minute walk from our house, so I usually walk it, walk through the streets to get here and then do the walk on the path. But what I've done this time is I've brought the car, parked in the very small car park, and then I'll put Charlie in the car and we'll go straight to collect Andrew. It's about 1:45 now. So yeah, we'll do about an hour's walking. Please note, with all this walking, it's a lot easier for me because I've got Charlie. He needs a walk anyway. So if I wasn't doing this, I'd be walking around the streets with him, or I'd have to do something to walk the dog. So I might as well make it my primary form of exercise, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I enjoyed that stretching exercise this morning. So I'm just watching my feet because there's some stairs here. Yeah, so I enjoyed the stretching exercises this morning, and my shower and doing a bit of cooking. And you see, the reason why I'm doing all my jobs before I collect Andrew is so that we can relax together. By the time I've brought him home, there won't be a lot left to do. Although what I might do, if Andrew feels like it, is I'll try on or show you some of the things that my mum gave me yesterday for the walk, for climbing Snowdon. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I think I'm very near the end of Harry Potter now. I'm listening to Harry Potter Goblet of Fire. It says there's about an hour or so left, but I think he always reads the first chapter of the next book, so that will be included in that hour. So I think I'm near the end, and then I'll have to decide whether I'm going to pay for the next audio book. But yeah, I'll be listening to the last of that, and I'll catch you later. Oh, Charlie, you're all tangled up. Trust you. Yes, I know. Right, here I am, back from my walk in the woods, and I've collected Andrew and he's kindly been my cameraman. So I've quickly got changed into the things that my mum has lent me. I'll probably have my hair tied up for the actual day, but because I'm going to undress for you, I'm not tying it up at the moment. But my mum says that the most important thing is layers. So the outer layer is an old waterproof jacket that was my dad's. I need some waterproof trousers, but these are walking trousers. And as I said yesterday, they're a size 14, and I think they're from Mountain Warehouse. So as I said, I advise probably to size up, especially if you have a bit of weight on your tummy. And then these are brand new walking boots. They're Gore-Tex, size 7. They're a comfortable fit, even though I may have a slightly wider foot. Obviously I need to break them in, so I'm going to be wearing them over the next few weeks. I've got 2 pairs of socks on, a normal pair of black socks, and then a pair of walking socks, which my mum are brand new. My mum picks up loads when shops are shutting down. So then underneath the waterproof, a very thin waterproof jacket, as you can see. So that will fold up into nothing if I want to take it off, or just store it in my rucksack. Oh, I've left my rucksack upstairs, I'll have to show you that another time. Then we have a regatta fleece, but it's a thinnish one, but it's very, very warm, and obviously that I can then take off, and that will fold up into hardly anything. It's a lovely baby blue colour. She had loads of this type of jumper. I could just choose the colour, and that is a UK size 12, so that's quite a comfortable fit. Then obviously I've got my Rainbow Trust t-shirt, which is a yellow, and I think this is a medium. And what does it say on the front?
Supporting families with a seriously ill child.
Thank you. And I think it says the same on the back.
Yes.
Yeah. And then underneath that, I've got like I don't know what this is called. It's like an Under Armour. What material would you say that is? It's like your top, what I bought you.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's I don't know what they call it. It's like it's for
to stop you sweating and things like that, and to keep you warm.
Yeah, it's marvellous.
It's like a sheer.
It's like it's black.
It's a black, tight-fitting, long-sleeve top, but it's the material that sort of keeps you warm, keeps in your body heat, but also helps you stop sweating. And the last tip my mum passed on was these were in my new boots. They're just the paper that you get in new shoes, but she said to keep hold of these, because if your boots get wet you can put these in and it helps your boots to keep dry. So that is my kit so far. So or helps your boots dry out, that's what I should say.
How are you going to get that in with your foot?
Helps your boots to dry out. I need waterproof trousers. People mention things like blister plasters, sun cream, maybe some walking poles, and maybe a new rucksack. So yeah, that is my kit so far. So thanks very much, Mum. I've got changed into my pyjamas and dressing gown, and it's time to relax for a little while. I need to peel some potatoes for tea, but I'll do that in a bit. I've got my butternut squash cooking for the next couple of days, and I think I'm going to sit down and read a little bit of my book with a coffee made with skim milk, half a pot of quark with some chocolate options stirred through, blueberries and raspberries, so that is 1 sin. So tea is my loaded wedges. So we've just made chips in the Actifry, and I've topped it with my tomato and chicken, mix that I made earlier, which is free on the plan. And then I've got 20 grams of light cheese for the other half of my Healthy Extra A. The recipe says to add parmesan, 1 sin's worth. Then I've got my parsley yogurt dip and a salad. Green leaves, tomatoes, cucumber, red onion and peppers. And because I've not added parmesan, I've just added cheese. It's just my Healthy Extra A, otherwise completely sin-free. Get down! Sorry about that. I've got a sugar-free Vimto on the side, and in here, I haven't taken the lid off, is the other half of my chocolate quark with a few bits of fruit, and that is 1 sin. So the whole thing was 2 sins, 1 sin earlier and 1 sin now. So that is my tea, and it looks delicious. We did try to watch a film called The Negotiator, but it didn't last very long. So now we're watching the dog behaviour programme, and we might try and watch that, what's that programme with the 4 older people? You know, Miriam Margolyes.
Oh, the hotel thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's Hotel something or other on tour, and it's about 4 retired people who go, celebrities who visit places around the world. We quite enjoy it. Anyway, snack time. It's salt and vinegar pea snacks from Aldi for 4 sins. The other half of my green and black dark chocolate for 5 sins. 2 Claudia Baker's Kitchen Valentine's Bliss Bites, that's 3 sins altogether, and a chopped pear. I've already had 3 sins elsewhere in the day, so that's 3, 6, 11 and 15 sins with a coffee made with skim milk, Charlie's Chew Bone and 13,600 steps. Thanks for watching.